This is it. Bafana Bafana versus Rwanda. FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, it has gone to the wire. Bafana Bafana you're gonna need to get the job done on the last day. Bafana Bafana take on Rwanda. I'm not alone. It's Mbombela Fanatics here. I'm with Coach Thabo Tolo, who holds the KFC license. Yeah, this is it. It's gonna be helping me to dissect today's analysis and the game, as to which is the build up of that game. And also the previous game Bafana Bafana played against Zimbabwe. Coach Tolo, greetings. Welcome to Mbombela Fanatics. So it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you once again, guys. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to you guys for giving me this platform.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure, Coach. One could not be able to consume such news of this magnitude without having an aspect of the game.
I know we grow by learning new things or being part of everything that is happening. In football, you cannot be just a coach every time, but being given a chance to talk about the game or analyze the game, then it helps us grow as well as coaches.
Yeah, Coach. Coach, let's not waste any time and just dive straight into it. Coach, let's look at the players that were summoned up into the national team by Mr. Coach Hugo Broos, who Mr. Hugo Broos called to get the job done for the Bafana Bafana team, to get us to where we've been seeking for the past 15 years, maybe not 15 years necessarily, 14 years, 9 months, and days counting, 11 days counting, and still counting the number of hours. The number of players have been called up in the polls. We have Rowan Williams, Richard Gross, Sipho Chayine. When we go into defense, we have Malbongwe Khoza, Khulumani Ndamane, Aubrey Modiba, Mbogazi Mataluri, Kabini Sibisi. When we go to the middle of the park, we have Mukwena Sithole, Obas. Then we also have Talent Mbata. When we go to the forwards, we have Murena, Apollos, Sipumbule. Reyners was supposed to be in the squad, but had to withdraw due to an injury sustained in the league, and he was replaced by particular player that we all know, Umahoba, Then we also come to Ufoster, then we have Umuremi, then we have Muhaunkota, then we also have Urile Mufukeng. Urile Mufukeng was also supposed to be part of the squad that was going to play these 2 games against Zimbabwe and also against Rwanda, but he also withdrew due to an injury also sustained in the league and was replaced by Mduduzi Shabalala from Kaizer Chiefs. Coach Tolo, the players that I've mentioned now are the players who form part of the troops that Coach Hugo Broos has summoned, who he believes will be able to get us to the promised land. What do you make of this number of players being called up?
I think everyone who's been called to the team deserves it, first of all, and everyone must be ready. And we need to understand that you are not just playing for yourself, but you're playing for the nation. That's why it's called a national team. So it's a good team that has been called. It's just that our players need to switch on psychologically. Because remember, if you can look at the team that we have, most of the players, they've been there in the Africa Cup of Nations. You understand? So now it must not be hard. Remember, we had Sithole in Africa Cup of Nations. But when we were playing the qualifiers, he was not there during to the injury. You understand? Then we had again to take out Themba Zwane, who's been the pillar of the team.
Yes.
You understand? And then we've been chipping and chopping in that position, trying to get someone that can make the team play.
Yes.
You understand? We had the likes of Maswangai, and we had the likes of Sipumbule. So we've been changing with the likes of Mahlambi. We had your Pesita. So that number 10 role, we've been trying to get someone who can make the team play. And remember, when we played the Africa Cup of Nations,
yes,
we were so privileged that time because we had so many Mamelodi Sundowns players. I want us to go back there.
Yes.
Remember, we had a philosophy, but after the exit of Coach Rulani,
yes,
then our national team started changing. You remember even Coach Hugo Broos mentioned that he selects players based on their performance.
Yes.
And now when you see Orlando Pirates was dominating in the team, but let's go back to the philosophy. Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates philosophy, it's totally different.
Yes.
You understand? But the team that we have, it's a good team. So we need everyone to work hard for us. Unfortunately, we had 2 draws. We had the draw against Nigeria, that's where we started dropping,
yes.
And we had a draw against Zimbabwe as well. But I believe that each and every player that is called to the national team must be psychologically ready, because these are hard times.
Coach, when we look at the way the 2 teams, Mamelodi Sundowns and also Orlando Pirates, have changed coaching roles, they've changed from previously. Coach, how does that in a sort of way affect the philosophy and the manners of to which has been instilled within the players, and them being forced now to adapt to a new way that when they go into the national team, how does that also affect the national team having to change their style of play due to the arrival of new managers into the team?
It affects a lot, because you must understand, Mamelodi Sundowns is playing a shoeshine piano, and of which it's a similar style to the national team style of play. And then Orlando Pirates, it's there, but there are changes. And remember that Orlando Pirates have got a new coach, and now when you check even the new season when it started, he tried to introduce it, but it took time for them to adapt. And at the same time, they had a pressure of winning.
Yes.
You understand? So then when you have those players dominating in the national team but playing different style, it affects us a lot. But I think everyone adapted well and then understand what Coach Hugo Broos he wants in the national team.
Yeah, Coach, to come to national team directly. Coach, the national team, when you look at it, it's a team which is now, it's getting a lot of inflow of new blood, Youngsters are now coming into the party also, which does this and also indicate that we will not go through the phase of to say, this is a phase of rebuilding. It's now going to be a constant South African national team, whereby we say it's only growth from here now.
Remember what Hugo Broos said last time when he called Thabang Munare. He said he wants him for experience. So now he is no longer there. He was building a team, not now, but from the Africa Cup of Nations. Then he started introducing the new boys, Yonkota, Yorile, and many more. You understand? And remember one thing, we are going to Africa Cup of Nations in December. So it has to be a long-term plan. Yes, we want to qualify for the World Cup. And age average is very important. I'll just touch a point right now. Look at Morocco. Morocco just beat USA yesterday in the under-20. So it started way back. They started with under-17 and come. And remember, when you look back, Morocco, they went to the semis in the previous World Cup. So it's key for these things for us starting to adapt right things from other countries. So it is well. And remember, check these boys. Nkota, he's just 20 years of age. Check the likes of Mbogazi.
Yeah.
So we trust them. And I always say, when you are good, you are old. So let's give them a chance and see what we can get from them. Remember and check the likes of Andamane as well.
Yes. Coach, when we look into the build-up of tomorrow's game, we look at the centre backs, the pairing of Sibisi and Mbogazi. They used to be playing together in the Orlando Pirates team. But the red card now to Mbogazi, youngster against Zimbabwe, couldn't keep his ground here, his ground, against that game, lost his temper, got the red card. Now we have Umoloisani being roped in to come and try and cover that position, but we also have Damani in the national team. Between the two duo, from the analysis, and we have seen them both play. They are both experienced players, both internationals. They have donned the Bafana jersey and played, they represented the country. Now, in this case, who do we say we play in terms of when we look? We're going to be playing against a stubborn Rwanda. We've also seen how they want to be playing and how they want to be forceful. They pushed Benin to the limit in the last game they played. The Benin only were able to get that goal in the 80th minute. So it simply shows that they're a team that is stubborn. Then in that centre back pairing between Sibisi and whoever likely Mr. Princess is going to be choosing.
Remember what I said earlier, that whoever has been called to the national team, you must understand why you've been called. Whether we play Koza, whether we play Ndamane, whether we play Muloisane, whoever that is going to don that jersey must understand that he's not just playing for himself, but he's playing for the whole nation. Yes, there is pressure, but everyone, and remember, by calling Muloisane, it doesn't mean that we don't trust the young ones. You understand? But we just need to fill that space. And whoever that Coach Hugo Broos is going to introduce there, he must be just mentally fit, because I know Bombela will be packed,
Yeah.
and then we need that 3 point. Remember, Nigeria is playing Benin,
Yeah.
and anything can happen that side. So what we need tomorrow, it's 3 point. When we went to the Motsepe Foundation, the King Motsepe,
Yes.
you know, there was a message from one of our former players. He's Ed Baroka,
Yes.
and he said to the
Shabat.
he said to the boys, the defenders and the central midfielders, guys, win us the championship, and then the attackers, you guys are going to win us games. If we keep the clean sheet and the attackers they score goals, then we're going to win it. So it's like that. The defenders tomorrow, they must win us the championship, and then the attacker must win us the games.
Coach, let's analyze the performance that was displayed by the Bafana team against Zimbabwe in the Moses Mabhida. Coach, take me through that game plan. But Zimbabwe was being defensive, but we also had a lot of defensive play. A lot of fans feel we had a lot of defensive players on the pitch. We could have added another number 10. We could have added another striker, gotten that goal, adding that Mahopa, and have Foster also leading the lines up front when we were able to read the game that, okay, these people are in fact letting us get into that territory, and they are willing to back down. In what aspect from the coaching book or manual guideline was Coach Hugo Broos referring to when he kept on having Sithole on the pitch and Mukwena and all this, a little bit of maybe defensive player and not adding more ammunition into the squad?
Let us start here in the middle of the park. When Sithole came back, let's go back to the previous game that we played, especially in AFCON. Sithole, it's more of a number 8 person. Even Mukwena, he's more often a number 8. So when the other one goes up, then the other one stays. When the other one, and then when you check, maybe we play Mbata and Mukwena. It's always Mukwena goes up. Now, I think the main plan was for Mukwena to go and join the attack. And then when it's not Mukwena, Sithole can join the attack. And then I think we did have chances. We did have chances. We had the chance of Foster.
Yeah.
We had the chance that when the game started of Mbule. But it was a hard game because it was pound to pound.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe didn't want it to
Back down.
And they have good players who knows us.
Yeah.
And some of them they are playing here in South Africa. So it was a derby. It was indeed a derby. So I think it's not that Hugo Broos wanted to defend, but he went all out. But unfortunately, it was not our day.
Coach, when we look into the minutes that we're about to end of the game, Coach, when we started taking shots, one would say recklessly, was that the time to say, we have run out of option, it's now time to press the panic button, just aim, shoot, it's just, what was the idea behind that from a coaching aspect?
I think I will say this, what I analyze in the Bafana team. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but there's too much of selfishness. You understand? Because let's go back to the goal that was defended by Zimbabwe. The Foster did well.
Yeah.
But according to my analysis, Apollos was running.
Yes.
And he had a better chance of scoring because everyone wanted to go and defend the pole. You understand? So in the final third, I think that's our main problem. In the final third, that's where we are struggling. We panic when we get there.
Yes.
If we can be humble, stay humble, and then when we get to the final third, it will be easier for us to finish because we do get chances. But in the final third, that's where we are struggling.
Yes, Coach. Coach, let's look at the lineup, Coach. From the lineup as of which started the game, let's run through it. Against Zimbabwe, Williams started the game. We had Mudau, Sibisi, Mbogazi, and we also have Mutiba, then also had Mukwena in the middle of the park, Sithole, Mbule, Apollos, Nkota, and Foster up front. Do you expect that starting lineup to change in the game against Rwanda?
Remember, we've got a red card, so
Yeah.
we need to change the place of Mbogazi. But in this one, I don't think we need to change much. I don't think we need to change much because it comes with a lot of pressure. It comes with a lot of pressure. I know people, they've got their own players. But now you look at the game and then you check the experience that the players they have, and then we do stand a chance. We do stand a chance, and I think at the later stage we need to introduce the likes of Mahopa. Remember, I was checking what Coach Hugo Bros was saying because we are judging players based on maybe on our emotion and stuff.
Yeah.
But Mahopa's got an Africa Cup of Nation experience.
Yeah.
You understand? So we are not just calling players just to replace, but we check even the experience. And then another thing I think that will help us, we need to introduce more speed.
Yeah.
We need to introduce more speed because if you can check the likes of Mudau, he came in and settled well, of which we are struggling on that right-hand side.
Yes.
Let's check our game against Nigeria. The goal came from the right-hand side. That left back, he went in and then he couldn't shoot. He took the ball to Lookman. Then Lookman changed the ball to the right. And then when they crossed the ball, that left back
Yes.
is the one who went to score the goal. You understand? So now, when we check the game against Zimbabwe, the right-hand side, they were not coming that much. But the left-hand side is the one that most of the time we are struggling, especially with Mudiba. But the experience of that players, I think they should start the game. Just that change at the back, actually it's a force change.
Yes.
And whoever that comes in, I still say he needs to step up and be there for the national team.
Then when we look in the middle of the park, we had Mukwena, we had Sitole, we had Mbule. Mbule, most of the fans are crying out loud. They say, we want to keep him there because he was the man who was pulling all the right strings for the nation, for us there in that moment. Do you reckon we change and have 2 10s in that game? Or from a coaching aspect, please just indulge us as to what we should expect in that middle of the park?
At this moment, I look at Rwanda. Hence, I'm saying, Guti, keep that master chef. Keep him there. He can cook. Now, we need Nkota to come to the party. We need our policy to come to the party. Because now, this is what I'm saying. The problem is in the final third.
Yes.
You understand? Whoever that comes in, I think we have this problem of, I want to score, I want to score. Even if people, they are not in the right position. They want to just shoot for the sake of shooting. But what is important, it's for us to keep building, keep building, keep building. They will open, definitely, and we're going to get a goal. I can even predict that tomorrow we're going to win 3-0. If we keep calm, and then remember, we've got Mukwena, he's got shots.
Yes.
We've got Sitole, he's got shots.
Yes.
So if we keep playing, and now it goes back to what I was saying, the philosophy. Let's stick to what we know. Let's keep the ball. And let us not have pressure of saying, it's our last game to qualify for the World Cup. Let's just play a normal game and then results will come out.
Coach, I want us to look at the game against Nigeria and also the game against Zimbabwe. There's a high concentration of our players on the flanks, Coach. Walk me behind that idea as to which philosophy is that one? Because we're having a lot of players on the flanks and less numbers in the front, whereas we're only having one man in the box, who is Lyle Foster in those games, but we're having a lot of concentration of players on the flanks. Walk me through that idea, coach.
I think if you can look at the game, as a coach, you plan according to your opponents. Now, what we are trying to do, we are trying to throw the opponent. So that's why you will see, at some time you will see Mudau inverting. You understand? You'll find Mudau inverting, and then one of the wingers goes outside. We're trying to invite them to come out of the box, because most of the team that we are playing, they are good aerial. So if we keep on putting crosses, they are winning all the balls.
Yes.
So our game plan, it's penetration to allow them to open in those half spaces, and then so that we can. But now my problem is when we get to those half spaces, we take time to take shots. We take time to penetrate. So if we can increase the speed and try to build more combination, because that's why we are playing with number 10. We are playing with number 10 so that he can hold the ball for us and then try to make us play. Then when we play the ball wide, and then when they open up, then we put crosses, and then we've got more numbers going forward.
Coach, let's look at the game tomorrow. Do you expect Coach Hugo Broos to start with a high volume of ammunition in the front to say, we need to do this now? The game needs to be won in the first half. Because when we look at the stats here, Coach, in terms of the goal difference, they might also come into play. Is it a matter of that tomorrow, whenever we play tomorrow's game, it is a game, if we are to win it, we need to win it by high margins for us to gain automatic qualifications to the World Cup?
Let me just say this. Tomorrow we're going to qualify. Tomorrow we're going to qualify. The boys, they know.
Is it automatic qualification?
Yes. We're going to win. Tomorrow we're going to win, and then Nigeria is going to beat Benin.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Nigeria is going to beat Benin by 2 goals. And then we're going to qualify. We're going to score 3 goals in Bombela. We're going to go all out. I know what it's in their shoulders now. And as players, we need to understand that I need to take this and do it for our nation. We cannot work so hard up until now and then just like that. It's been a long years.
Yes.
It's been a long years.
Yeah.
And we are capable. We are saying we want to win Africa Cup of Nations. So tomorrow it's now or never. It's now or never. But we're going to win that game 3-0. And then I know even the boys can do more. They can score 4. So tomorrow we're going to qualify, and we are going to the World Cup.
Coach, concerning matter, Coach, in the game against Zimbabwe, after the 90 minutes when the players were walking down the tunnel, the penalty man, Lyle Foster, was seen limping off the pitch. In today's match day 1 build-up in the Mbombela Stadium, his knee was heavily strapped. Could be indications that Mahopa might be expected to lead the Lions tomorrow, or it's just a matter him not being part of the team morning session that the team had is maybe a prevention of maybe an injury, or trying to maybe have him recover for the game tomorrow?
I'm gonna say it again. Whoever that has been called to the national team must be ready, and planning for the game. I was gonna make things simple. I was not going to start with a number 9. I was going to use the pace. Whether you introduce Nkota there and take Muremi to the left and try to use speed. You understand? Because now it's easy for them to plan for us. But if Foster is not 100% fit, then Mahopa can go in. He's got experience, and he can score goals. He did in the Africa Cup of Nations. He's capable of doing so. He is a national team player. So whoever that is going to be in that starting lineup, it's definitely they need to raise their hands and then work for the nation.
Coach, could we maybe tomorrow see what are the possibilities of tomorrow seeing 2 number 9s, seeing Mahopa and also Lyle Foster start together? Because when we look at the stats, the number of goals are going to be needed for us to maybe, if it does come down to the goal difference, is there the possibility that tomorrow we might start with 2 center forwards in Mahopa and also starting with Lyle Foster?
Due to the injury, I don't think we can start both of them due to the injury. But hence I'm saying the pace, Police Nkota and your master chef. Because when you play 4-2-3-1, remember, one midfielder goes in to attack, to join. And if it's stable, when the ball comes back, it's a net. Even if it's Yaya, when the ball comes back, it's a net. So whoever that joins the attack, definitely, we're going to make it. And the pace of Nkota, remember, we checked the ball that he took last week against Zimbabwe. They're hungry. You understand? They're hungry. So we want to go to the World Cup. And definitely, we're going to go.
Coach, in tomorrow's game, is there any pressure? Do you feel there's any pressure on Coach Hugo Broos to take us to the promised land and to the rest of the Bafana team to give us what we've been waiting for? Because South Africa has been yearning for this moment.
The old man promised us Africa Cup of Nations last year, and then he brought back bronze medal.
Yeah.
Then he did promise us again. He said that we're gonna go to the Africa Cup of Nations, of which we are going in Morocco, and there's no pressure. If I remember well, if we don't qualify here, if I'm not mistaken, when you win Africa Cup of Nations, there's a chance of you joining the World Cup.
Yeah.
So that one we're gonna win it. It's gonna be our second chance, but we are not the second chance people. We are winning tomorrow, and Benin is losing against Nigeria. Then we are definitely going to the World Cup. There's no pressure. He has delivered what he has promised.
Yeah, coach. Coach, what is expected for us tomorrow to qualify? On the final match day, Benin will qualify for this World Cup should they win against Nigeria. And Benin could qualify with a draw should South Africa fail to win against Rwanda. South Africa will qualify for the World Cup should they defeat Rwanda and Benin lose to Nigeria. And Nigeria will qualify should they defeat Benin and South Africa fail to win against Rwanda, and Nigeria will need to beat Benin by 3 goals or more, coach. Coach, we're hearing me read this now, coach.
We are playing home, and the only thing that we need is a win. And Benin is a lose.
Yeah.
Nigeria, they still got a chance to qualify, but their chances is us losing, of which it won't happen.
Yeah.
And for them, it's a must win. And Benin just need a draw.
Yes.
So we need a win and goals, of which is possible, and of which is going to happen. So come Wednesday, South African will be going to the next World Cup 2026.
Benin currently sit on 17 points, respectfully, and South Africa currently sit on 15 points. Nigeria are on 14, with Benin with the goal difference of 5. Both Nigeria and South Africa, respectfully, 3. Coach, when you look at the stats, Benin, do you think now the sword is now pointing at Benin to say, hey, we're now on your tail now? Because both teams are looking, all 3 teams, all 3 nations are looking at the possibility of qualifying for the greatest stages of them all, which is the World Cup.
I like what is happening. You learn from this. When you don't get the right results, you'll end up in this kind of a pressure. Congratulations to Cape Verde. No one was recognizing them.
Yeah.
They are going to the World Cup, and after a long time,
For the first time.
You understand? So it's been happening. So hence I'm saying tomorrow, mark my words, 10 o'clock, South Africa will be going
Announced
to the next World Cup 2026, joining the likes of Ghana, joining the likes of Egypt, joining the likes of Morocco, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Algeria.
So the likes of Algeria. We are going there as South Africans, and it's gonna be a great thing because we've been fighting to go to the World Cup.
Coach, to maybe fix this, maybe what maybe might others highlight as an error. Do you believe South Africa, the Bafana team, may have turned what one may highlight as a simple job, a straight obvious thing that they were going to go to the World Cup, and made it into a massive job, a massive deal, keeping us at the edges of our seat? Have South Africa made a mess out of all of this thing? Because it's the 2 draws. We have not been able to win in our last 2 games against Nigeria, the goalless draw against Zimbabwe, and also having the deduction of points. You believe Bafana national team have made a mess of what could have been an easy qualification?
When we come back to Betway Premiership, there are people who are saying there's no small team. Now Lesotho just beat Nigeria 1-0. We failed to beat Lesotho. We failed to beat Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So Lesotho just beat Zimbabwe
1-0. Yes.
So this is football. Anything can happen. It depends on how you use your chances, It depends on how you want this. You understand? Rwanda, they've got nothing to lose.
Yes.
But they will fight.
Yes.
You understand? So it's all about pride.
Yeah.
Nigeria wants to qualify, and they've been happy that we've made a blunder of that 3 point. You understand? But now everyone needs to step up and say, yes, it happened, and we are capable of doing it. You understand? Let's just go out there and win for the South Africans, and we are capable of doing it. We are capable of doing it. So we're gonna go out there and make it happen.
Coach, let's look at the Mahopa situation. Mahopa is highlighted as a possible starter for tomorrow's game in that number 9 position, with Foster having that maybe a possible injury. When we look at the attributes to which are being contributed by Mahopa, when you want to highlight his physical presence at only the age of 24 years old, you look at him physically, he's a box-to-box striker, he's tall, he's got that body to say, even if those balls are going to be played in, those balls are going to be lofted into the box, he can be able to compete for those balls. So does he not only offer us a one-way solution into saying, we've also seen him in Pirates, he's able to drop, hold the ball. He has also done that for us in the AFCON Nations, yes, when we came back with the bronze medal, he was able to hold that ball for us up front. So do you believe if tomorrow Mahopa does start, he does not only offer us one-way route? Yeah.
Mabangalala uzobabamba ngebrace, because these are one of the games whereby you need experienced players who understand pressure. You understand? We were supposed to go to the finals in the Africa Cup of Nations. Unfortunately, we lost on penalties against Nigeria. Mahopa was there. So the experience that we need, they understand the pressure. Mahopa understand what we are facing. Your CBC understand what we are facing.
Yeah.
Ronan Williams, Teboho Mokoena, and in his mind, I know there's this thing of that 3 point that has been deducted. My name has been involved. So everyone is playing for Teboho Mokoena.
Yeah.
Everyone is playing for the support. If you can check in Moses Mapida, everyone doesn't want to disappoint the fill up that will be there in Mbelela.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, my friend, I'm telling you, hey, I'm just feeling shame for Rwanda, because they're not gonna come out with at any point. It's 0 point for them. We are taking those 3 points and 3 goals.
But coach, coach, in that game, ngikhona ngibile lethuba lokuthi ngikhona engodini ngababona le kaBhokweni Stadium, coach. I-atmosphere yabo bebana lokuthi sithe kudlala nathi la, sithe compete. When it was off the camera, when I spoke to 1 or 2 players from there, they said we're not planning to be walked over. We're not going to be pushed over. Sithe kudlala lana. Nathi we deserve to be here, regardless of our position. Nathi we're going to be here. They sit respectively a little bit from second from bottom on the log, coach. Don't you think logo was sneaking in alo?
Last Mzansi. Yeah. Last Mzansi. Ntwara is a second choice. And check Zimbabwe, Arubi, Chipezeze, those are the first choices.
Yeah.
You understand? I know the likes of Ntwari will want to show us of what are they capable for. But remember my words. Last Mzansi. And manje siphansi eMbombela. Akuna 3 point eyophuma la. Yeah. Akuna 3 point eyophuma la. Bafana it's going to do the World Cup. I've already packed my bags for next year. So I've already packed my bags. Bafana it's going to the World Cup. And thank you to Nigeria for beating Benin for us
In advance.
Yeah, in advance. and we will meet in the Africa Cup of Nations to thank them when we play against them.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Coach Tolo. South Africans, this is it tomorrow, Mbombela Stadium, Bafana versus Rwanda, 6 o'clock. The gates open at 3 o'clock. Go to Mbombela Fanatics Facebook page to get more information in regards to that. as of to the park and ride. Make sure you arrive early. If you still don't have your ticket, engwana ngathi uhleleleni. Gijima thenga ticket lakho mnakethu. Ngabe ngikhona nami eBombela Fanatics utabe khona lapha eBombela Stadium. Coach Tolo who is there with me. Coach Tolo, once again, thank you very much for your analysis and your insight as of to what one should expect from tomorrow's game. Mafanatic amahle. Ngiyabonga. Let's fill up Bombela Stadium.
Thank you so much.